Thank you. Now you're in trouble. Now you're in deep trouble. In due course, you enjoy the sticky toffee pudding. Now, over the years, Prime Minister...
Incredible commitment, professionalism, dedication, and total panache. However, most crucial is this. Just as it is in significant part forces outside Iraq that are trying to create mayhem inside Iraq, so we have to have a strategy that pins them back, not only in Iraq, but outside of it too. In other words, a major part of the answer to Iraq lies not in Iraq itself, but outside it, in the whole of the region, where the same forces are at work, where the roots of this global terrorism are to be found, where the extremism flourishes, with the propaganda that maybe indeed is totally false, but is nonetheless attractive to much of the Arab street. Ability, especially in the disbursement of money for reconstruction and rebuilding of the economy. A whole region policy should start with Israel-Palestine. That is the core. We should then make progress on Lebanon. We should unite all moderate Arab and Muslim voices behind a push for peace in those countries, but also in Iraq. And we should be standing up for, empowering, respecting those with a moderate and modern view of the faith of Islam everywhere. The basic point I come back to again and again, and which I've made, I think, many times here, is that whether in Iraq or Afghanistan, or indeed, but we all want Iran to suspend the enrichment process, which, if allowed to continue, will give them a nuclear weapon. Under the agreement that we helped broker in June, the United States has said that they will talk to Iran direct for the first time in 30 years if they abide by the United Nations demand to suspend enrichment. But so far, Iran is refusing to do it. Instead, they are using the pressure points in the region to thwart us. So they help the most extreme elements of Hamas in Palestine, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Shia militia in Iraq. That way, they put obstacles in the path to peace and paint us, as they did over the Israel-Lebanon conflict, as the aggressors.
And I learnt from that experience that we can never afford to be complacent. Success.
We offer Iran a clear strategic choice. They help the Middle East peace process, not hinder it. They stop supporting terrorism in Lebanon or Iraq. They abide by, not flout, their international obligations. In that case, a new partnership is possible. Or alternatively, they face the consequence of not doing so: isolation. The basic point I come back to again and again, and which I've made, I think, many times here, is that whether in Iraq or Afghanistan, and just focus for a moment on today and the future, take any problem that our country, Britain, wants solving. Global terrorism, assuming you don't believe that but for George Bush it wouldn't exist. Climate change, Israel-Palestine, Iran and North Korea's nuclear program. World trade, or Africa. Right now, Sudan in particular. Global poverty. We may agree or disagree with the United States' position on some or all of these issues, but none of these vital British concerns can be addressed, let alone solved, without America.